Good evening, friends. So we'll just wait for a minute and have more friends join in. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Mumbai, although it was raining in the morning when we woke up early. Good evening, Meera. The weather has been a little hot over here. Few seconds, we'll start. Meanwhile, you could just align to your breath, friends. Just stay tuned and focus your breath to the center of your eyebrows. Breathe in, breathe out, and we align ourselves to the present moment. So, the first is pronounced to our dear masters, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi. I want to thank them for giving us all to have an opportunity to be with each other. It's a beautiful platform where we can virtually all be with one another. So, they have given us this opportunity. All our beautiful Sangamaitriyas, all of them. So, how we chose this topic, Sukhavati, the pure land of bliss. So, this is from the Vyuha Sutra, the Pure Land Sutras, as they are called in Buddhism. So, there are 5 sutras of Pure Land, which are called as the Pure Land Sutras. I am not a practicing Buddhist, but how did I hit upon this, this Sukhavati, which I would like to share with you? So, when I did the Life Between Life workshop, which was the first workshop that happened at Quantum Life University in Hyderabad, and after I went back, I took plenty of wonderful memories, experiences. A lot of shift happened in all of us over there. So when I went back home and we meditated, during all meditations, I could visualize a lot of things, hear a lot of things. So in one of the meditation, this word, the Vyuha Sutra, just came in. I had never heard about it. I had never read about it. And this was the meditation that was happening where, virtually it was as if I was in the land of QLU. And this word kept echoing, which was the Vyuha Sutra. So I just Googled and I read about the Vyuha Sutra. And to my amazement, it described Sukhavati, which is the pure land of bliss. It's the land of the Amitabh Buddha. So that is how I hit upon this topic, this, and I would like to share with you so that we can all of us, just go through that experience of Sukhavati, this pure land of bliss. So Sukhavati, it is the pure land of the Amitabh Buddha, right? This is how he is depicted in the pictures of Amitabh Buddha. Amitabh, it means limitless light, limitless light. So it is the pure land of Amitabh Buddha. As we all know, there are many Buddhas over many eons of time. So a little bit about the sutra. The Amitabh, he is the Buddha of eternal life. Amitayas, as he is called. If you all could just, just be present in the moment, and just we just reflect on the words and we imbibe the words of what each word means. So Amitayas, the Buddha of eternal life, is also known as Amitabh. He is one of the five cosmic Buddhas of esoteric Buddhism. So Amitabh Buddha has created this land of Sukhavati, and it is a paradise in the western pure land. And he is shown to be sitting on a throne with a flowering tree on top. If you can see, there's a tree with flowers, and it is festooned with strands of jewels and auspicious symbols. It's a very beautiful depiction of the Amitabh Buddha. What does Amitabh mean? Amitabh is a Sanskrit word that means infinite light, Buddha. And the Amita Buddha is also called as Amitayas, which means infinite life, Buddha in Sanskrit. Infinite light and infinite life. So we have the longer Sukhavati Vyuha Sutra, and we have the shorter version of the same, which is called as the shorter Sukhavati Vyuha Sutra. So in this sutra, it is how Buddha came to be known as the Amitabh. It is he's telling about his story of his past life, in which the past life of Buddha Amitabh is that he was a king and he had renounced his kingdom and became a bodhisattva monk who was named as Dharmakara. Dharmakara, it means the storehouse of Dharma. And at that time, under the guidance of Buddha Lokeshwaraja, world sovereign king, under his guidance, innumerable Buddha lands throughout the 10 directions were all revealed to him. And so, after meditating for ages and ages as a bodhisattva, he made a series of vows to all the sentient beings, and through his great merit, created this realm of Sukhavati, the ultimate bliss. This land of Sukhavati would later come to know as pure land. Friends, when I read these lines in the Vyuha Sutra, my heart was full of joy and so much happiness that I felt that somewhere I had touched this land when I came to QLU. There was something special about this land, and then I realized that during meditation, Why did this land, why did this Vyuha Sutra reveal to me? You know, because somewhere I had touched that land, QLU, which is Sukhavati, the pure land of bliss. As we go further, friends, you will relate the synchronicity of the Vyuha Sutra with the pure land of QLU. So further, he describes the land of Sukhavati. Sukhavati, it is the feminine form of the word Sukhavat. Sukhavat means full of joy and full of bliss. From Sukha, and Vat is full of. Sukha is joy, Vat is full of. So it is the feminine form of Sukhavat. It's like, it's a divine feminine energy which is there. So Sukhavati is expressively described in the Pure Land Sutras as being a joyous world which is soft and glowing, filled with the music of birds and the tinkling of trees, adorned with precious jewels and garlands of golden bells. Amitabh sits on a lotus in the midst of a terrace pond attended by the bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas are the Buddhas to be, and the newly dead enter into the lotus buds, which unfold when the occupants have become entirely purified and have attained enlightenment. And many are said to be reborn on earth after leaving Sukhavati to become bodhisattvas, working towards the liberation of all sentient beings. Isn't it beautiful? This beautiful land. If you could just for a moment visualize this beautiful land, this this where there is this music of birds. In the longer Vyuha Sutra, he says that when the birds sing over there, they are actually imparting wisdom through their singing. When the wind blows through the trees, they actually, purify something within you through your breath. You know, and we can just imagine the Buddha sits in the midst of a lotus on a terrace pond attended by the bodhisattvas. What a beautiful vision to imagine. Then he says that the four causes of rebirth in Sukhavati. So the four causes of rebirth in Sukhavati is generating bodhicitta, accumulating merit in many ways, repeatedly bringing the Buddha field to mind, and dedicating all one's sources of merit as cause of rebirth in that pure realm. So generating bodhicitta, what can cause a rebirth in Sukhavati? So it is generating bodhicitta, and we accumulate merit in many ways, repeatedly bringing the Buddha field to mind and dedicating all one's sources of merit as cause of rebirth in that pure realm. So this I'm just sharing the peace bell at Hiroshima. We know that Hiroshima was bombed, causing bad destruction. So the Vyuha Sutra is all inscribed on the bell, the peace bell at Hiroshima. So Now, what is bodhicitta? What is bodhicitta? Bodhi means our enlightened essence, and chitta in Sanskrit means heart or mind. Hence, what is bodhicitta is the translation is the heart of an enlightened mind. So, why do we arouse bodhicitta? Bodhicitta is for the sake of others, longing to attain complete enlightenment. For the sake of others. It is unconditional. So, this has twin aspects or purposes. One is focusing on sentient beings with compassion and focusing on complete enlightenment with wisdom. Yeah. So, Bodhi means a enlightened essence, and that is one cause of rebirth in Sukhavati. Bodhi, they are masters, Khenpo, Pima, Vajra. He defines bodhicitta as the wish to attain enlightenment in order to free all other sentient beings from the sufferings of existence and lead them to the unsurpassable bliss of omniscience. Wish to attain enlightenment in order to free all other sentient beings from the sufferings of existence and lead them to the unsurpassable bliss of omniscience. Another master, Kenpo Sondru, defines the generation of bodhicitta as a special type of mental consciousness endowed with two aspects, inspired by the cause, longing to bring about welfare of others, and accompanied by the support and longing to attain complete and perfect awakening. These lines are so touching for us because there are so many masters at this point of time who are working for us, for our welfare, are supporting us. So a lot of gratitude is coming up at this moment, and we feel that we are really showered with grace, that today we can all be together and listen to these words. So the attainment of Buddhahood. So this is also the state. The version is that the Amitabha Buddha was a monk named Dharmakara. He renounced his throne, and what he resolved to become a Buddha to create a Buddha Kshetra. Buddha Kshetra is the Buddha field, which is oftenly called Pure Land or Buddha Land, a realm existing in the primordial universe outside of ordinary reality, produced by a Buddha's merit. If you could just close your eyes for a moment and just reflect on these words, a Buddha Kshetra, which means a Buddha field, often called as a pure land or Buddha land. It is a realm which exists in the primordial universe, in the universe which is outside of ordinary reality. And how is it produced? It is produced merely on the merit of the Buddha. The Amitabha Buddha has taken 48 vows which set out the type of pure land Dharmakara aspired to create, and the conditions under which beings might be born into that world, and what kind of beings they would be when reborn there. So, if we reflect on these words, the Buddha field, the Buddha field, now what is it? A Buddha field is created by a master. And when we step into that Buddha field, the changes automatically start happening. We really don't have to do much. It is the Buddha's merit, his compassion to alleviate the sufferings of others. It is his compassion. And when we step into a Buddha field, the change automatically starts happening. He has also mentioned the conditions under which beings might be born into that world. Beings might be born, there are two things in that. It is our own karma that continues and the grace of the Guru, of the Master. Without grace, it is not possible for any one of us to step into that Buddha field. So, a lot of gratitude for that. So, Buddha Kshetra or Buddha field. So, mentions that it is produced by a Buddha's merit, possessed of many perfections. It is these resolutions were expressed in his 48 vows, which set out the type of pure land that Dharmakara aspired to create, the conditions under which beings might be born into that world, and what kind of beings would be reborn there. So, a little more about the Buddha field is Osho has given a very beautiful quote. He says that a Buddha field is a womb, a safe place within which the inner exploration can take place. This is so relevant to our times. What I am expressing in the earlier slides is the excerpts from the Vyuha Sutra, but it's so beautifully put by this great master Osho, who reads that a Buddha field is a womb. It is a safe place within which the inner exploration can take place. And we can all just relate to all the workshops, all our interactions that we have with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, great masters, and all other teachers, acharyas present. And the place is so safe. Once we do the soul coach program on the last day, nobody wants to go back home. We are so full of joy and full of bliss over there that there's so much unconditional love which is there, a complete safe place to be. So wonderfully put. So we are actually a part of that beautiful Buddha field which the masters create for us. So a Buddha field is a womb, a beautiful safe place within which the inner exploration can take place. And the Mahavastu defines a Buddha field as a realm where a Tathagat, a holy one, a fully and perfectly enlightened, is to be found, lives, exists, and teaches the Dharma for the benefit and happiness of the great body of beings, men, and gods. Tathagat is the name they gave the Buddha, the perfectly enlightened one. So, in the Buddha field, a Tathagat is found, he lives, exists, and teaches the Dharma. Beautiful. So these are some depictions of the Amitabh Buddha, very beautiful depictions. So as I said that Dharmakara took some vows, when he became the Amitabh Buddha. And amongst all the vows, Dharmakara's 18th vow was that any being in any universe desiring to be reborn into the Amitabh's pure land and calling upon his name with sincerity, even as few as 10 times, will be guaranteed rebirth there. So, this is a vow that Amitabh Buddha promises. It is Dharmakara's 18th vow as he becomes the Amitabh Buddha, that anyone calling upon his name with sincerity, even as little as 10 times, will be guaranteed rebirth. His 19th vow promises that he, together with his bodhisattvas and other blessed Buddhists, will appear before those who, at the moment of death, call upon him. At this point of time, friends, I would just like you all to just close your eyes for a moment and just be with these words and just reflect upon these words once again. Just close your eyes and you can visualize the Buddha field, the pure land, and just reflect upon his 18th vow and his 19th vow. The 18th vow, anyone who calls upon his name with sincerity, even as few as 10 times. Just align to your breath and just imbibe these words and just be with these words. His 19th vow, which promises that he, together with his bodhisattvas and other blessed Buddhists, will appear before those who, at the moment of death, call upon him. That is the power of grace, taking a deep breath, friends. Then the sutra goes on to explain that Amitabh, after accumulating great merit over countless lives, finally achieved Buddhahood. And after achieving Buddhahood, what does he do? He has created this pure land called Sukhavati. Out of his compassion for others, out of his compassion for the other suffering beings, So, by the power of his vows, Amitabh has made it possible for all who call upon him to be reborn in this land, thereby to undergo instruction by him and ultimately become bodhisattvas and buddhas in their turn. So the Amitabh Buddha has created this pure land and giving everyone an opportunity to practice the dharma and then head towards becoming bodhisattvas and buddhas. Our dear master Patriji, pranams to him. He always said, everyone is a Buddha, everyone is God. So, and from there, the same bodhisattvas and Buddhas return to our world to help yet more people while still residing in his land of Sukhavati, whose many virtues and joys are described. So, all the bodhisattvas and Buddhas, they come back into our world to help us. More people who are still residing in this land whose many virtues and joys are described. Yeah. So let us just be in the moment and express our gratitude to our divine masters, Patriji, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, our beautiful acharyas, all masters who help us create this beautiful land, these beautiful moments where we share and we grow, this safe place where we are given an opportunity to explore ourselves, to understand ourselves. Just express our gratitude for the grace that is showered on us. Thank you, Masters. So, further, it is mentioned in the sutra that Amitabh is the Buddha of comprehensive love. He lives in the West, representing as a meditating Buddha and works for the enlightenment of all beings, represented as a blessing Buddha. His most important enlightenment technique is the visualization of the surrounding world as a paradise. Yeah. So he has given some pointers that how we meditate. His most important technique is visualizing of the surrounding world as a paradise. They say when we visualize, 80% of the time we tune into the brain, into the subconscious, and we are able to manifest what we visualize. And as we visualize, we know that Amitabh represents the Buddha of comprehensive love, which opens up our heart center. And we know that what are uh, the qualities of an open heart. The first quality is compassion. The masters, the Buddhas, they have compassion for us. That is why they have created this, where we can elevate ourselves from our sufferings and grow and move further in life. So that is the power of visualization. So what do the Pure Land Buddhists do? How do they practice? Here on this earth, through ritual acts of devotion, they care for animals and human beings. They study meditation and they act compassionately. Yeah. So, compassion for animals is turning to vegetarianism. The earth belongs to them as much as it belongs to us, more to them and less to us. So, that would be the care for animals and human beings. Study meditation and act with compassion. Hmm? Despite the fact, this is one more beautiful thing that he adds, despite the fact that people are reborn in Sukhavati carrying the full karmic weight of their actions in their past life. Life there is so tranquil, they are able to devote complete attention to Buddhist practice, attaining enlightenment and breaking the karmic cycle. Right? One another thought that comes to my mind is another great master, Thich Nhat Hanh, who has created the Plum Village. It is also, something like Quantum Life University, the Plum Village, where, you know, every every person's action is so much in unison with each other. The practicing monks and the people who are given the opportunity to go and learn the practices stay over there. How it helps to break the karmic cycle. And a beautiful master, and he's a Vietnamese monk. He also gives his explanation of Sukhavati. It is worth reading his commentary on the Vyuha Sutra. Again, the Bodhicitta. It's a beautiful depiction of, of the Bodhicitta in this picture. Through Bodhicitta, you will realize that there is no self. The self will be destroyed, for when you think of others, you do not think about yourself. Yeah, so your self grasping will be destroyed because when you think of others, you will not think about yourself. And ultimately, self and others are but thoughts. Very beautifully pictured because there is no self. Yeah, even the Gita says that the self is just a projection. There is no self. You and the other does not exist. So when you think of others, you do not think about yourself. Ultimately, self and other are but thoughts. And when we understand that we are not separate from others, we begin to fathom the preciousness of compassion of bodhicitta. Very beautifully put. When we understand that we are not separate from others, we begin to fathom the preciousness of compassion of bodhicitta. So let us just again just be in this moment and reflect on this beautiful essence of bodhicitta, right? Just close your eyes and just let us reflect on this beautiful essence of bodhicitta, friends. Just align to your breath Just centering your attention to the heart center. If you feel, you could place your hand on your heart and just this feeling of oneness, that there is no other. Yes, dear friends, the beautiful essence of Bodhicitta. So these are some dialogues, in the Vyuha Sutra, which the Amitabh Buddha has with Shariputra, his disciple, and he says some, these are just excerpts that I've put, which I thought, I would like to share with everyone. So the Buddha says, Shariputra, everyone who is born in Sukhavati naturally has the capacity of non regression. Among the people living there, many will attain Buddhahood in one more lifetime. The number of these bodhisattvas is infinite, and there is no method of calculation to number them. It may only be expressed by the term limitless. Shariputra, when living beings everywhere hear Sukhavati spoken about, they should bring forth the great wish to be born in such a land. And why? Because having been born in that land, they will be able to live with and be very close to so many noble practitioners. So beautifully written. He adds, Shariputra, if there is anyone who has already brought forth the great aspiration, is aspiring now or will aspire in the future to be born in Amitabh's land, at the very moment when that person makes an aspiration, they already attain the fruit of the highest awakening from which they will never regress, and they are dwelling already in the Buddha field of Amitabh. It is not necessary that they have been born or being born or will be born there in order to be present within the Buddha field of Amitabh. Isn't it beautiful, friends? Any questions, any comments, you could just type in the box, you know, and just be with these words. Just be with these words. It is so beautiful. what the Buddha writes out of total compassion for all of us. These words are very relevant as I read them slowly to you. Shariputra, understand that to stay in a world which is full of the five kinds of impurity and to be able to attain the fruit of the highest awakening and also to be able to transmit to all beings dharma doors which people find hard to believe, like this dharma door of being born in Sukhavati is something extremely difficult. When Shariputra, as well as all the bhikshus, heavenly beings, bodhisattvas, warrior gods, and others heard the Buddha deliver this sutra, they all had faith in it and joyously accepted the teaching and paid respect to the Buddha before returning to their dwelling places. So when the Buddha was having this conversation with Shariputra, there were about 1250 bhikshus over there, and he adds that there were heavenly beings, bodhisattvas, warrior gods, and all others who heard the Buddha deliver this sutra. They all had faith in this sutra. They joyously accepted the teaching and paid respect to the Buddha before returning to their dwelling places. So I will just add a little when he says that, understand to stay in a world which is full of five kinds of impurity. He he means to stay in a world like today we are staying in this world, and what we recognize as impurity. And to be able to attain the fruit of the highest awakening and also to be able to transmit to all beings dharma doors which people find hard to believe, like this dharma door of being born in Sukhavati. Very beautiful, and they all paid their respects before they returned to their dwelling places. So, dear friends, so these were few excerpts that I shared of the Vyuha Sutra. So, to add a little more, that what is this pure land? This pure land of bliss, and what is it like living in the pure land here and now, and how we create this pure land for all of us. So, dear friends, it is like, Sukhavati is our body also. Sukhavati is our home also. Sukhavati is our place of work also. Sukhavati is our community. Sukhavati is our nation. Sukhavati is our dear Mother Earth. You know. So how comfortable are we when we live in our bodies? How comfortable are we? This living in this, do we regard our bodies as pure land? Are we happy with our bodies? Are we blissful with our bodies? What kind of words do we use for our bodies? You know, what kind of words do we use? Is our home a pure land? Are we willing to create a pure land in our homes? Are we willing to create this pure land in our places of work? Are we willing to create this pure land in our countries, in our nations? Are we willing to transform the earth into a pure land of bliss? Friends, these are very important pointers that Wherever we are, we carry this pure land of bliss within us. Yeah, constantly reflecting on opening our heart with compassion. First starting for ourselves and then for others. Right? So let us now all meditate as I guide you for this beautiful meditation of Sukhavati, the pure land of bliss. Yeah, are we all ready to meditate for some time as we imbibe these beautiful learnings of the Vyuha Sutra? Yeah, we could all go back, and before we end our day today, the Vyuha Sutra, the reading would take hardly 15 or 20 minutes, and just read the sutra and retire for the day. Yeah. So we will now all meditate on this Sukhavati, the pure land of bliss. Yeah. Dear friends, just get into a comfortable posture. Just align to your breath. Just breathe in. Just align completely to your breath. As we breathe, we can hear the sounds of the birds chirping somewhere far away. We visualize the beautiful sunset. We can visualize ourselves walking on the earth, our feet touching the grass, which feels a little wet. Just feel the grass touching on your feet. This beautiful sunset, the birds chirping. As you visualize this, my friends, you can feel a beautiful wind, a soft wind blowing towards you. As this wind blows, it carries with it the sweet fragrance of the beautiful flowers from the trees. Just inhale the beautiful fragrance of the flowers. Just breathe in. Breathe in the freshness in the wind. It is sunset. You have toiled hard through the day. It is time to relax. It is time to release. It is time to let go. Just walk and feel the Mother Earth. the beautiful Mother Earth, a safe place for us all to be in. As you walk, with your feet touching, just be here and now in your body. Just bless your body. Your body is a pure land. Just release the tiredness. Just bless your body. It is the most beautiful vehicle we have to traverse to this pure land of bliss. Be grateful to the body. As you inhale, as you walk, you can visualize your near and dear ones all with you. As your heart center opens, you shower love. Your heart connects to their heart. You can feel the compassion, the gratitude, and the love. As you create a safe place for them to be with you. As you express your love and your joy and your gratitude, this is the pure land of your loved ones, my friends. Just visualize the smiles, the laughter in the air. As the wind blows, carrying your joy farther away to everyone. This love, this joy is infectious. It travels. As your feet touch this moist grass on the Mother Earth, this pure land of bliss. Visualize your place of work, your community, your neighborhood. Just allow this joy, this love to spread to your community, the place where you are working, your neighborhood where you stay. Visualize this pure land of bliss. Just inhale. Inhale gratitude as they support us, they love us. Just look into the eyes of every being with compassion. Just connect your heart with the heart of all whom we meet every day, every being. Just let this Bodhi Chitta flow through you. There is no other. All other is me. Just have a witnessing consciousness as you witness, as you witness yourself, as you witness others. Just be a witness. Just let us all reflect on the words of the Amitabh Buddha. Let us all aspire to be in a pure land wherever we are. Let us all express our gratitude for whatever we have received. Let us all express our gratitude for whatever we will receive. Just stay with these feelings, dear friends. Just be with these beautiful feelings, friends. You can be open to what comes up without any resistance. Just visualize how this beautiful space transforms whatever is coming up. Just be with these beautiful feelings, dear friends. Just experience the bliss within. Just acknowledge what is. Just create what will be. And gratitude for what we will receive. Just reflect on this word of bliss. What is bliss to us? What bliss means to me? Who is responsible for bliss? for my own bliss, for my world of bliss. What is my path to bliss? As you visualize a beautiful stream of water, just visualize this beautiful stream flowing near this bed of grass. As it wets your feet, just look at it. It flows but in one direction. The stream which flows, making its way through all the obstacles on the way. It makes way for itself through the stones, through the trees, just moving forward. As the stream moves, providing water to all the beings, sustaining life in its streams, unconditionally, moving ahead, never waiting to look back, giving happiness and bliss to all near it as it moves forward through many villages, many towns, a great sustainer of life. Just visualize this stream. Our life energy is also like a stream, always moving ahead. At this moment, the stream, the grass, the trees, the sunset, the sound of the birds, As the stream moves forward, one day it will merge into the ocean. The small stream will one day merge into this ocean. Here the stream knows no fear, as the ocean is vast. It becomes one with the ocean, and a drop of the ocean, a drop of the stream is all one. There is no other. Just breathe in this total unison of the stream with the ocean. Just breathe in this wholeness, this oneness. Let every breath that you take bring about a healing in you. Let us give ourselves the permission to heal. As you breathe, my dear friends, just breathe out all that does not serve you at this moment. Just breathe out, feeling lighter, joyful, full of bliss. Yes, my dear friends, just breathe out, take a moment, and you can open your eyes. So, I would like to thank you all for being with me for this beautiful meditation that we shared just now. For me, Sukhavati is this beautiful land of QLU where time and again we go and we just refresh ourselves and push ourselves to do more, to be more. Thank you, Masters, for creating this beautiful space for us to work, to worship, to be. I would like to thank all our volunteers at QLU for the wonderful work that they are doing. Um, any questions, you could just put them in the chat box. There are a lot of upcoming programs for the month of May. We have the opening of the Gaushala on the 6th of May. We have the Buddha Purnima celebrations on the 5th of May. Programs on details are available on the QLU Global website. You could check out on these websites QLU Global and Quantum Life University. The links are available in the comment section. Before we retire for the day today, do take out 15 minutes to do a reading on the Vyuha Sutra, Sukhavati, the pure land of bliss. Any questions, my dear friends? We'll be here for 2 more minutes. It's a beautiful experience at QLU. Do visit the land and experience the beautiful vibrations of this land and be with the masters, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi. As we end our session, expressing our gratitude to everyone. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for giving me a patient hearing. Thank you so much for all the sharing and all the knowledge and wisdom that we imbibe on this platform provided to us. Thank you so much. Pranams. Thank you. Thank you so much.